This is how you are going to get your motivation back on the days that you really can't be asked to do anything. That includes going for a walk, hitting your calories, and especially going to the gym. And the reason I'm going to talk about this is because today is one of those days for me. Like, I cannot tell you how much I could not be asked to train today. Got up, usual routine, and bang, you know how it is. It hits you like a ton of bricks. You got all these thoughts like, yeah, Monday, this is my week, da 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 da. You turn up to the gym and it's honestly a load of absolute shit. You're just like, why am I here? You're thinking of all the excuses going around in your head. For me, Monday's a leg day. Suddenly I'm feeling pains in my leg that weren't there 2 minutes before because I'm just trying to talk myself out of doing the session. And for me, on these days where you get motivation dips, I often find that you lack motivation or you lose motivation because you're falling into a comfort zone. So your motivation to train will dip off when you start finding training easy. So there's going to be two things that you need to do. Either increase, or I should say progressively overload your workouts at that point. So you're going to make it more difficult. The sense of achievement you're going to get from that is going to be a joke because you're either lifting heavier, lifting the same weight for longer, and you know that you're going to be progressing forward. There is no better feeling in life to know that you're progressing, in my opinion. Yeah, whether that be with gym, your mental health, whatever. Progression brings so much happiness because it comes from within. And today, as I say, was one of those days. I literally could not be asked to get up and into the gym. And usually I train at 11 a.m. But I felt this feeling creeping in at maybe 8 o'clock. So I was like, sod it, I'm going to get it out of the way. And before, I've probably stated that just get it done, just do a little bit's better than nothing. But once you get into that mode and once you start to think, oh, I'll only do a little bit in sessions, I was probably guilty of this all last year. I would just do a little bit. I'd just turn up, get it done, and then walk out and still feel not as shit because you always leave a gym session better than going in, feeling better than when you went in. But I didn't feel the energy, the pump, not the pump as in like, oh, my muscles are pumpy. No, but I didn't feel like pumped or back to my normal motivation levels. So, on these days where you're trying to avoid doing what you know you should do, they're the most important days for results. If you ignore them, if you fall into the inner bitch mode where you're just like, oh no, I'll leave it out, you will never achieve anything in not only the gym but in life. Yeah, you have to turn up on the days that you don't want to. That is one of the most important things in life, and that is where results come from. But also on these days, you need to outwork the limiting beliefs that you have in your mind, because on a day where I say I really can't be asked to train, if I go and prove to myself that I can have one of my best sessions when I'm really unmotivated for it, what do you think that's going to do for my mindset in not only the gym, not only my next workout, but in other forms of life? When I've got to do call with one of my coaches, or I need to create a new program and it's going to mean that I'm staying up till 10 a.m. doing work, which obviously is not high on my list of priorities to do, it's going to get done. Because in these micro decisions, in these little elements around going to the gym, I know I have got a dossier of evidence that shows me when I can't be asked to do things, not only do I turn up, but I put in the effort that is more than required. Like today, went to the gym, hit 2 PBs when I really couldn't be asked. Usually I walk to the gym and listen to my audio book. I walk there and back. Before 3 p.m, I think I'd walked 18 kilometres. Do you know what I mean? So on the days that you're really like, nah, this ain't a bit of me, that's the days where you really take it to the next level and you really push and you really do show yourself who you are. Because as I've said a multitude of times, it's so easy to turn up to sessions when you are feeling motivated, when everything is going exactly how it's meant to be. And one thing that I love about gym, it's the fairest place on earth. It's going to show you evidence of how consistent you are, how patient you are, whether or not you're doing the right things, whether you can delay your gratification enough to see results. And rather than sit in a period where you are feeling unmotivated and you are going through the motions, stop it dead in its tracks. Exactly what I've done today. All right, I'm not motivated, but I'm going to absolutely fucking smash it. And now, tomorrow, I might wake up and I might be unmotivated, but I very much doubt it, because I know that the first session of the week is always the hardest, and I didn't fancy it, but I smashed the back doors off of it. So when you're in that position, when you're feeling unmotivated, that's your signal, that's your sign to turn up and give it absolutely everything. Because that will show you more of who you are than the days when you're motivated and like, oh yeah, this is fun. No. When it's grueling, when it's hard, when everything is stacked against you in terms of wanting to go to the gym, that's when you need to prove who you are and show yourself that you can do the things that you have to do on the days that you don't want to. And not only that, you can absolutely smash it. Because now, how do you think my mindset is? Like, there's not a single part of me that wanted to do that session, and yet it was one of my best sessions that I've done in I think this is the 4th week of my transformation. So when you start to lose motivation, give it fucking everything. And the sooner you do that, the quicker your motivation will come back. If you found that useful, please do like and subscribe. Get tongue twisted there. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. More content coming, more long videos, all the shorts as well. Mashallah.